Welcome, friends, to another STEAM Saturday with Miss Kelly in the Grimes Public Library. So one thing that we haven't talked about yet is music with our art with STEAM. So today we're going to be doing a little bit of music exploration and mixing it with some science. So when we think about music, we remember that it's always a sound, and sound sometimes has organization to it, and that's what we think of as music. And sometimes it just is sound or noise. But all of that sound comes from something called a wave. So there's a sound wave, just like an ocean wave. It's going up and down, just like so. And depending on how wide those waves are, so how the distance is between from a peak to a peak, or depending on how fast the wave is moving, it changes the pitch and the sound that you hear. And that's how we get all the different notes that we hear in music when we play music. So those of you that are musicians at home, you probably know about a whole bunch about music. Today we're just going to try to make some from whatever we have laying around our house. So I looked around my house and I found some glasses that I filled up with different amounts of water. You can see this one's up here, this one's kind of halfway, this one's about a third, and this one's maybe about a quarter. And if I take my spoon very gently, because they're glass, we're gonna just ding on the side, and we hear they all have a different pitch to them, or a different sound they're making. So what's happening here? We've got vibrations going on, which causes those sound waves, okay? So the water, when I hit it, the water is vibrating and creating a little sound wave through the glass, and because the water is of different levels in each of these glasses, it's going to make a different sound or a different pitch. So that could be one really fun way you can try to make some music at your house. Some other things I found around my house were some straws. So if you have some straws laying around, you can cut them at different lengths and then just simply blow over the top of them to try to make them sound like a flute. So I have a little practice on my fluting to do, but if you get the air going just at the right angles, you'll notice the longer the tube is, the lower the pitch is, and the shorter the tube is, the higher the pitch will be, because the wave is a different size. Some other fun things I found. I had some jar lids laying around my house, and when I put a rubber band around it, I could just make a percussion instrument, which is, percussion is when we're hitting or beating on something. So again, the vibration of that is making a sound, and then it's hitting on the top of the cap. Another really fun percussion instrument, you can make drums out of almost anything. One of my favorite drums is exercise balls. So if you have some of these around your house, you can make a really good drum. Put on some music and you can drum to the beat of the song. All right, another really goofy one that I like to do is just taking a plastic cup, can be any size cup. So I have this one, I also have this smaller clear one, you can use larger ones, but a plastic disposable cup. You're going to have an adult help you poke a tiny hole in the top of your cup, or in the bottom of your cup rather. Put a string, and this is just regular old cotton string, through the hole. Tie it, I put a big knot in this one, and this one I tied a paper clip so that it won't go through the hole. Either way will work. I'm gonna just get a wet paper towel, just kind of damp. You don't want it dripping, just damp. You hold your cup, you wrap your paper towel like a hot mitt around your string and pinch it with your pincher fingers and pull down. And it sounds really goofy, kind of like a duck laughing. I like this one a lot. Very fun. And you can make experiments and see different kinds of cups, if that makes a difference to the sound that you're feeling. So let's try the other one just for kicks. I think this one sounds a little lower pitched than the blue one did. So lots of fun things you can think about and why those pitches are changing with the sound waves. So some other ideas I came up with was making yourself a box guitar. So if you have some cardboard boxes laying around your house, you can cut a little hole in the top to make it look kind of more like a guitar. That's not totally necessary, but it's kind of fun that way. And then I just strung some rubber bands over the top and around the box, all the way around. And without the pencils, I noticed it didn't make much sound. But when I put the pencils in to raise the rubber bands a little bit, it gives the rubber bands more space to vibrate. So when I pluck them, they start to make a little bit more of a sound. And you can actually see them vibrating, making that sound wave. One thing that's really cool about this is you can actually change the pitch by changing where your pencils are. So the pencils create a bridge, what we call kind of a bridge on a stringed instrument. And if you change where those are, the sound is different. Very cool. So if you can get yours to play an awesome little song with your rubber band guitar, I would love to hear that sometime. All right, another thing I found around my house was just some simple hairpins or bobby pins. You can get ones of different sizes. I just have the one size at my house, but I bent them up at an angle, and I taped them onto different things. So this is just a milk carton, and if I use my finger and pluck them, I'm gonna see them vibrating and making a really neat, unique sound. Well, if I set it on the floor and see if we can make it, oh, that's even a little bit more of a sound. All right, I also used a jar and put them on the end of that, so let's see what that sounds like. A little bit of a different vibration, a different sound wave. All right, so we got some little finger pianos going on here. Back to percussion, probably one of the most basic things is to make a shaker. You can use almost any container. This is actually just a piece of a paper towel tube that was empty. We taped around it, we put some Legos in there, and you have a simple shaker. Very fun. Let's see, what else do I have? I have one last thing to show you. This is our homemade harmonica. So this is made with just a couple of wooden craft sticks, okay, some paper, some rubber bands, and then a toothpick that we cut in two. So let me pull this apart to kind of show you how it is assembled. You're going to cut that piece of paper about the same size but a little shorter than your two sticks, okay, and then rubber banding one end together, putting the piece of paper between the two. You're gonna slide your little toothpick in. This is just to put a little bit of space between the wood on both sides so that you get that vibration going on again. So I'm just sliding it on the top of my paper. And on the other side, I'm going to do the same thing, but this time maybe I'll put the stick under the paper, and you can do it either way. It should work either way. And then rubber band it up again. And when we try it out, this is going to be a little harmonica. So a harmonica is a wind instrument that we blow in and out of. You can suck, like sucking through a straw, or you can blow air through it. And this is a really interesting one because you can do a lot of different things. If you push down, squeeze them together, it makes different sounds. So I'll kind of give you a little sampling. It's not, my harmonica is not super beautiful, so be ready. Here we go. So, can make some really cool sounds with that guy, and I bet if you really work, I bet you can make your harmonica sound beautiful with a little bit more effort and time. So, I would love to see in our comments some wonderful, cool homemade instruments that you're coming up with, the things that you have around at your house. You don't have to go buy anything. Just look around and see what you can find. And ask mom and dad for some help. And think about those sound waves and make some music. All right, we'll see you next week.